and it like didn't accumulate. I know back a few years ago when they had that cold snap right before the oil spill, that killed off all the fish and everything down there. It got cold enough. I want to say like Fort Lauderdale or something got some drizzled snow. It didn't actually accumulate, but there was a little bit.
Oh. Well, way less surprising when you say that you saw snow on the ground in Maine. That's normal. For me, my week's been pretty good, just busy with work, but it is making the workday go by super fast, which is nice.
Hell yeah.
How was your move, Jack?
Long. 2 days of almost nonstop driving.
I'm back.
Where'd you move to?
I moved from Colorado to Arizona.
Ooh.
You in a warm part of Arizona or a mountain part of Arizona?
Warm part. I'm in Phoenix. Well, Mesa technically, but it's around Phoenix. Still kind of chilly here. It's about I think it's about 40 degrees or something. 10 degrees Celsius. So yeah, it's about 50 some odd degrees.
It sounds like you went from one extreme to the other.
Colorado is not that bad.
No, it really isn't. Especially over these past few years, it's pretty temperate.
It all depends on whether you're high up in the mountains or not, right?
Yeah, that's true. Even then, they didn't get a whole lot of snow.
Did Sirenscape bug out, or what happened?
No, I'm just waiting for everybody to get done and us to start.
okay.
Then I'll start it.
Well, I'm good. Anyone have anything they'd like to share as well? It's been a good catching up since we've had two of you gone. I feel like we haven't talked to you guys in forever.
Well, you've talked to me. We've played video games for like the past 3 weeks, dude.
Yeah, but I don't talk to you.
Ouch.
Yeah, I thought Jack was taking care of Roth, man. Thought that's why he's been out.
Came back at the same time.
Awfully suspicious.
It is.
just in time for to make it into the tomb.
Took him on a honeymoon. You can't judge us.
Well, I mean, we can. You can't stop that.
Damn, take me on a honeymoon. What the heck?
So now you're just getting everyone else jealous.
All right, well, let's get started. I'll get the music going. I'll put y'all back outside so y'all can advance yourselves in and open up line of sight. If y'all want to go back over the areas you've been to the right, you can.
Oh, this is weird.
I feel like I'm playing a golf game. All the colors.
Why y'all going back that way?
Aren't we gonna rest before we head back in, or?
Oh, y'all are in. I'm just letting y'all peruse.
Yeah, we're already in.
we're
Remember,
in.
we didn't come out.
Oh, well, then I guess we're just gonna make our way out and take the rest.
We're just gonna move all as much as we can, so he has to approve everything.
Whee!
Hey, is that door showing that y'all can toggle it, or?
Oh, yeah.
Over it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow, I didn't know they did that.
So how does that work? You click it? Okay.
Copying Foundry. No, I'm just kidding.
Should we give him the tour?
We should take our rest first. We shouldn't go in at all.
I said we're already
until
in.
we're healed.
Yeah, I've got a dart stuck in my my temple.
They were already in
Hmm.
because if we stepped out, remember he said we'd have to go back and get all of the cubes all
Well, then
over again
Why are we outside?
because he's testing the line of sight stuff to letting us play with it a little bit.
Yeah, the stream hasn't started at all. He's just letting us mess around.
I'm not streaming tonight.
Oh, okay.
I don't even have my OBS back loaded yet.
All right, let me get my spot.
Well, I was chilling about right here, laughing at you guys all getting hit by the darts.
And
Yeah, because I was standing on the pressure plate, wasn't I?
As a player, I was laughing because I knew that this shit was gonna happen.
I was there, right?
Every
I
time
think.
with the traps, this is the first time
Yes.
Akka's actually avoided a trap.
All right, I'll turn off tokens being locked, but y'all gotta slow down for me.
Fair.
Well, no, I mean, if you want to lock the tokens, lock the tokens. I got no issue with through these dungeons. You probably should, especially with line of sight and everything, lock the tokens down. That way, people don't move where you don't want them to, or whatever.
I agree.
Oh yeah, especially with line of sight. I didn't think of that.
Especially with how it went last time. If we move to a spot and it will hold us there, if there's a description that you need to give before we've moved up to that spot, catching up to a previous person or whatever.
Okay.
Because we're all going to want to stay in line of sight of each other too, just so we can actually see what the other person's doing.
Okay, so this was where Alamar triggered some poison darts.
And it's the next one, ain't it? Or is it the one I'm standing on?
It's the next tile. I guess I could put those back on the map for y'all too, since y'all identified where they were at.
Because mine moved halfway. I was in between tiles when it happened.
Because it was the two of you that got hit with him, correct?
Mm-hmm. I actually think I was one up, but he was like halfway.
He was the only one.
Mm-hmm.
And then I pulled I pulled out my 10-foot pole and started checking for traps.
But for those that weren't here, this was a moss-covered corridor that extended beyond the second door. There was tree roots that hang from a sagging ceiling, and the air reeks of rot and damp. Ahead, a bas-relief carving of a bearded devil's face adorns the wall at a T-shaped intersection. The devil's mouth is a well of utter darkness. And as far as you wouldn't have seen the tiny holes, vendor, because moss. Well, I guess you could have with an actual perception check, but I guess a clue would have been there's moss on the walls, but they were obscuring the holes from where the darts were fired.
Yeah,
But
if
the
there was moss
floor-
over him, it probably would have taken investigation, like pushing the moss aside.
Yeah, I could have given you that there's irregularities in the floor, and that would have triggered you to do an active perception check to check for pressure plates or something, to see what the hell it was. But you could have found them that way.
I will definitely be taking it slower now.
Alright, so this is what I've found so far moving up.
Yes.
And okay, I will mark this trap here with some rocks. let's say nothing heavy, just some rocks over the top, couple of pebbles. All right, don't step where these little piles of rocks are. I'll put a little pile there, and then I'll
Remember,
go
I got
back.
this chalk too.
Oh, you have the chalk. Okay, we'll mark the chalk. Yeah, sorry, I forgot.
I'm gonna hand it to you.
Yeah, hand it to me with your mage hand.
All right, send it to you.
All right, and I will. This chalk, I'm going to mark the tile in front of me where the trap is,
Okay.
and then using the stick, or yeah, my 10-foot pole, moving over in there, and mark that one there, the one to the north, and then I can move at a diagonal between these two, correct?
Yeah.
And
Ooh, spooky music.
continue checking through here. If I don't see anything. Move up. All right, everyone, just be careful. There are traps. Don't step on the chalk marks.
Why is it not allowing you to wait? Oh, it is. I was just clicked on somebody else. See, this is why I like this. Is because they can't see what you can see.
All right.
I am beginning to wonder who prepared this. This is very elaborate.
Something that's protecting, well, whatever that thing is that harvests the souls.
And yeah, continuing with the pole out in front of me. I don't know. It's a T up here. There's looks like a grate to the ground over there, and it looks like a balcony over here. I'm gonna go check the balcony. Be careful. I haven't checked anything to the left.
Be mindful of your path. Don't set any of these off.
Luke and I make an investigation check to the left.
Remind me what we're doing here again. What are we looking for?
What are you looking for to the left?
Secret passages or traps.
Give me a perception roll.
This is where we find the soulmonger.
Yes, this is how we're supposed to save thousands of lives.
You're not really seeing anything that would resemble a possible trap or hidden door. I mean, to your north, I mean that sculpture that's there. What did I describe it as? A bas relief carving of a bearded devil's face. Its mouth is open, and the darkness is just a darkness like you haven't seen before. You have dark vision, correct?
Yeah.
And you cannot see into the darkness.
I take out a coin and cast light on it and try to hold it close to it.
The light does not penetrate the darkness.
What's the holdup? Is there a problem?
I don't know. I'm not a fan of this statue right here. We should probably get out of the way of it. I'll be looking out for any holes or cracks in the wall. Any just kind of like out of place stones.
What do you think that it could be? Something magical, perhaps?
I think so. The light isn't going through it.
DM, I have Devil's Sight. Can I see into the mouth at all?
Devil's Sight. Can you see into magical darkness with Devil's Sight?
Yep.
You can.
Ooh, what's inside?
It is a small hole, but it's big enough that a medium. Let me see. Is it a medium size? Yeah, a medium or smaller creature could actually crawl through. As you look in there, you do see what appears to be a shadow demon.
Is he aware of our presence?
He appears to be, but he's not leaving.
Okay. I'll call over to Vinder and be like, there's a thing in that mouth.
You could see in there.
I can. One of the many blessings that I have.
That's the image of what you can see in there.
Well, what is it?
Well, definitely doesn't look friendly. It's a creature made out of shadows. It's got some bat-looking wings, some sharp teeth, some glowing white eyes. He doesn't look very nice.
Well, if he's gonna leave us alone, I say we leave him alone.
I'll kind of point to him, be like, "Are you gonna leave us alone?"
Doesn't respond. You don't even hear sound coming from the hole.
Does he move, or does he just stay there?
He just stays there. Um, before you move any further, Alamar, you do notice that, it's just pretty obvious. I don't think I had to describe, but there's a rusted iron grate that is in the floor just in front of you. You can hear what
Anything?
sounds like water flowing in it.
Has anything been around it in a while? Footprints or?
Doesn't look like there has been anything.
I'll let the group know there's some water running through here.
Are we leaving footprints as we go through here?
Um, I'm sure you're leaving some kind of track.
Okay, but it's nothing. Is it? Is it? Would it be like super noticeable? Like, oh, I stepped here, or is it just like brush pushed aside?
No, the floor is not clean. It's very. It's not concrete, just like pure concrete. It's been
Okay.
swept, so you're leaving tracks.
Clue, just so you know, I'm gonna summon my packed weapon and just stand there with a prepared action. Like if the demon tries to move out of the mouth or move towards anybody, I'm gonna cut into him.
Okay.
Is
All
that
right.
a door ahead of me, Clue?
That is a door.
Okay.
Okay, so what I'm going to do now is move back over to Storm.
Yeah, I'm slowly moving out towards that ledge.
Not entirely sure how the pit map effect goes. So I try to depict this as a pit. But I don't think it's working the way I intended it to. It does say experimental on that aspect of it, though.
Yeah, well, it looks like I'm kind of looking down at some stuff. Like it looks like there's 3 statues of some sort down there, and maybe a hole in the between the statues. That's what it kind of looks like from my what I'm looking at here. I'm assuming that's like a fence going around that where I can see down.
Yeah, that's why it's kind of blurred, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what you see is a grand chamber and 50 foot across and plunging down into darkness below. I guess I was supposed to make that dark. Oh well. I guess you can make out a little bit of what it looks like down there. But there's a stone balcony that winds around the walls to connect 4 archways. Other balcony levels are visible below, with corridors radiating off in all directions. To the north, a stone staircase descends to the lower levels. Um, okay, I had to check something. Okay, we're good there.
What do you see, Storm? Any danger ahead? Oh, I see him lighting up in Discord, but I don't hear anything. Is that just me?
No,
Oh, I
I
don't
can't
hear
hear
I hear
anything.
you.
No,
I
I
don't hear
meant.
Storm
Sorry
though.
about
Yeah,
that.
I
I
meant
was
for Storm. Yeah, not me. Him.
Yeah. All right. Sorry about that. I was moving around in this chair and my inline mute button got hit. Um. Yes. Uh, it, it's hard to say at this point. There's multiple layers of balconies, stairs going down. There's a pit with statues. It's hard to say exactly what kind of dangers up here, but it's definitely possible. Um, but we can definitely there is oh, it looks like another one of those statues up ahead on the other side of this balcony, and a path to the north. I don't know if there's a door on the other side of there or not. What direction do we feel like going? Do we want to check that door there to the west, or do we want to move this way?
Hold on, let me check my map. Akka will reach into his pocket and then, with like a clenched fist, pull it out, just like his clenched hand, and then open it up, looking at the palm of his hand, but kind of keeping it away from Storm. Looks over to Vinder and says, "This way," and just like gestures north.
Are you just staring at your hand?
No, it's the map of this place. What do you mean? That's what these
What?
lines mean, right?
The lines on. Oh yeah, yeah. You're right. Storm, use your best judgment.
You'll notice that Akka is pointing to like the crease lines in his hand from just like when you close it. They're
Yep.
like natural markings.
Well,
Clue, did you let Ross and Jack know about the plaque we saw outside?
I did not.
all right. Well, and I'm sorry, Clue. If you said it, I may have missed it. My volume stuff got hit there for a second. Did you say that this is all well lit over here? Is it like outside light, or is it like torches or something lighting this whole area?
It does not specify anything about there being light in here.
I'm gonna make sure I'm wearing my goggles so I have dark vision, and I'm gonna have a coin with light on it. Oh yeah, the obelisk. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's the plaque that was outside.
Seeing my brother cast light on the coin, I'll go ahead and cast light on my my mace. Kind of holding it like a torch. Oh, by the way, I would like to point out when every time Akka talks, his voice is just now booming because of an item I have.
Oh yeah, was it like 10 times louder, or what was it?
When you speak, it is amplified 10 times louder than normal.
So it sounds like he's yelling all the time.
Why are you so loud all of a sudden? I do not like it.
I'm not sure exactly what you mean. I sound perfectly normal to me. I think something's wrong with you.
I think there's something wrong with you.
Well, that's an established fact already, but you remain to still be a mystery.
Well, whatever it is you've got going on, please stop. It's very, very loud.
Be quiet. We don't want to be careful because we don't want to warn anything that we're coming if we don't have to.
Demon still isn't doing anything, Clue?
The demon, no.
We're just having a staring contest? Great.
Akka, just in case there's anything around here, if you could speak in everyone's mind until we confront something at all times.
I'll reply into my brother's mind, still at the 10 times the louder than normal.
Yep.
Sure, whatever you say.
And then I just hold my head and I'm like, I guess it's better.
I will say that I do not have walls set up for any other levels. I only got this level done. So if we do go to another level this session, then we'll be doing regular unmasking.
To another level. No, I'm just kidding. Let's use the line of sight as long as we can.
All right, so then don't go down the stairs.
Yeah.
That's what Clue's saying.
Let's stay on this level.
I mean, y'all can go downstairs if you want. I'm just trying to give y'all a clue that I'm gonna have to do it regular way if y'all do.
It's
Yep,
also a clue to where we know where he's actually prepped fully.
All right, so
not really.
Dang it!
Not really.
I barely
Pain
got the
in ass
walls
to draw.
up before session start.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, it's still the 10-foot pole slowly moving a couple at a time.
Okay. Nothing out of the ordinary. The flooring in here looks a little odd, but you've done walked across it.
There we go.
It's opening up ahead.
Because they don't have a limit on distance on this stuff, I'm going to wait till you get closer before I give any description.
Yeah, I know. That's the only thing I don't like about the line of sight. They're supposed to be adding that feature at some point, but it's just hard to say when.
Yeah.
I am a fan of it, though.
Okay, so everybody's out
enjoy
of
it.
my line of sight. Demon still hasn't moved.
Demon has not moved.
Sweet.
Yep.
I'm going to, with my blade at the ready, back my way up towards here. Sorry.
Vinder, if you toggle yourself with the light, you'll be able to see a bit more. Like for the distance.
How do I do that?
Select yourself and then just use that little person tool to cast light. That's how I did it, and now I can see from like my token all the way down to like the wall to our south, for an example. Before I couldn't even like see that area.
Nice.
Oh, I could see that far.
It increased my distance.
All right.
Sorry, I just realized you hadn't moved out.
Yeah, I'm waiting for everybody to kind of catch up a little bit.
Yep, that's fine.
Back up there.
Yeah, when we're doing it this way, everyone seems to be actually like waiting till like the person in front moves too.
Yeah. All right. So from here, I guess I'll give you a description.
Okay, now that I see that they've made it down the hallway and away from me, I'll follow. Still kind of taking a glance over my shoulder for the demon thing.
There's a rusting statue of a knight that stands at the west end of this hall, gripping a large iron shield. Shards and flakes of rusted metal cover the floor around the statue's feet.
In my brother's mind, I'll say, "Why are we stopping?"
So we don't all die.
That's a good point.
Storm, you want to take Mage Hand and push on that?
Yeah, if you want to. I mean, I can't use Mage Hand. If you want to use it, go ahead. I'm slowly moving forward. Testing the ground as I go.
Following slowly.
As you actually, I'll hold up right there and check something real quick.
Now you guys have done it.
Well, we're all in this hallway, so a lightning bolt would be wonderful.
Okay. Um, as you're walking through, describe to me, Storm, what you got in your hands, whole 9 yards.
I've got the 10-foot pole in one hand as I'm kind of testing, going through. I've got the my rapier in the other, or my the rapier in the other, just in case. But using the 10-foot pole to check ahead to see, looking for traps, looking for anything out of the ordinary as I'm moving.
What is the pole made out of?
I don't know. It's the whatever it's a magical item.
I'm trying to find it in your backpack, but I don't see it.
I don't know if you ever unlocked it for me to pull it in. I know, like when I created this character, that was my uncommon item. Whatever, it's the it's that 10. It's a collapsing rod, I think, or collapsing pole, or something like that. That it's called.
Probably made out of metal of some kind.
It's a uncommon magic item.
Pole of collapsing.
That's it. Yeah.
It's made out of wood. But it is now in your backpack. So that's taken care of. Your rapier, you feel some kind of force in the room trying to pull it. And actually, I will need you to make me an athletics check. It tries to pull it out of your hand, but you're able to maintain your hold on it.
Can I feel what direction the pull's coming from?
Oh yeah, I mean, because you probably got your arm straight out in the direction it's going. It's going directly towards the statue.
All right. Well, that's interesting. Be careful. This statue's trying to pull my sword away from me. I'm gonna continue to look, checking to see on both of the steps in front of me as they come up here. Like I want to check to the left and right and see, as I'd want to make sure there's no traps or anything. Checking the area.
Okay, all your items that are made out of metal are actually feeling like they want to go get pulled to that statue, but I'm gonna stick with your 10 score, so you're good.
All right. Yeah, no, so I've got a yeah, it's sheathed. Yeah, and a few items in the bag of holding, which probably I don't know if that would get affected or not. Well, that's interesting. Be careful. Hold on to your metal items. It's definitely pulling all metal items towards it. Look around the room. You said that there was a bunch of rusted stuff on the ground around it, correct?
Yeah, there's shards and flakes of rusted metal that cover the floor around the statue's feet.
Looking on the walls, do I see anything on the walls? Any drawings? Anything that might indicate what's in this room?
There is nothing on the walls.
Moving forward, we'll see what happens. Checking everything around me. This seems weird. When I look at the statue now, like what do I recognize the statue, or does it look like familiar, similar to any of the ones that we've already seen?
Nothing. There's nothing that distinguishes this statue from any other kind of statue.
Hearing Storm call that out, I'm gonna make sure my shield is strapped on just in case. It's made of a turtle shell, but I don't know if there's actually any metal components in it. And then also making sure that I have a firm grasp on my mace.
Okay.
I'm gonna start by checking this out.
Maybe we should stay back for now because of our armor.
I can go in there.
What if Roth gets pulled forward, say in my brother's mind?
Roth is strong.
I hope not to get pulled forward.
Well, it's amazing that y'all can
How'd you hear
hear
that?
Akka.
Oh, that's right. He said that in his own video.
Holy shit, Vendor, our party's had telepathy the whole time. We're exposed.
The whole time.
He's been whispering very, very loudly.
All right, peek down the hall here and see what's down here.
Looks like a. Let me look to your north. To the south, it looks like it ends. To the north, you're 10, 20, 30, 35 foot away. A large fountain crusted with moss rises in the middle of that room. And give me a second. Um, it says that 3 marble maidens stand in the fountain holding pitchers out of which water flows.
Well, there's a statue to the north. I'm gonna go check that out. It looks like a dead end down here, but I'd be careful going down there.
All right,
Start
Clue, I'm
to
gonna go in the room.
start to slowly check things out.
Okay. Do you have metal on you?
I've got a sword and a dagger and whatever kind of tips on my arrows.
Okay, so your armor's not made out of metal.
It's studded leather.
Okay, give me the strength athletics check to see if you can maintain footing with the.
Studded has a little bit of metal, doesn't it?
Yep. Metal studs.
That's what I
Yep.
was kind of thinking too. All right, it had a similar pull on you like it did Storm, but you're able to maintain your footing and your grip on anything that you're holding that's metal. But it's pulling directly towards the statue as well.
I'm going to inspect the statue.
Okay, what are you looking for exactly?
I'm checking out that shield, see if we can take it.
That shield. Um, I know it did say something about it. They're one. It's not like the shield is a separate object from the statue.
Okay, so it's just one statue with a shield, and that's it. You can't take it out.
No.
All right, I'm going to look through all that rust stuff there and see what I can find.
It's, you can't really find anything but just literally just shards and flakes of rusted metal.
Okay.
It's like whatever, all that metal lying on the floor is like something just disintegrated or blew up.
Okay, and that tells me I don't need to go any further.
As I get closer to this fountain, do I see? Is there water in the fountain, or is it just like this? You said there are 2 like maidens with pitchers, like they're pouring water. But is there any actual water in the fountain at the moment?
There is water in the fountain.
Gonna step up to the fountain here. And okay, so it's a statue like the maidens with the pitchers. It's like the water's falling out of them like a fountain, like it's part of the fountain, like the water they're pouring water into the basin of the fountain, and it's like cycling through.
Yes.
I'm going to uh, grab my dagger and set it into the water and see what happens.
Nothing.
Going to like smell the water. Does it have? Is it anything weird? Does it smell like it's like old and musky, or is it seem?
Smells normal.
Where's Akka when I need him?
You trying to guinea pig him?
Gonna try and get him to see if he'll try drinking it.
I can tell you who would.
I know he would.
I'm talking
I,
about Zanashi.
oh yeah.
Zanashi would drink the shit out of it.
I don't. I don't know what's going on here. There's a fountain here. Looking around the walls, is there anything on the walls? Any like pictures or anything like that?
No, it's just a circular room. Nothing on the walls at all.
Anything in the water? Like a fountain that you throw coins in or something like that?
Nope.
Speaking into Roth's mind, I'm just gonna ask him, uh, are you waiting to see if they figure out a way to turn off that statue, or what are you thinking there, bud?
I was just kind of wondering about that. Because I'm afraid if I go too far in there, I'm going to get stuck on that shield and stuff.
I'm gonna come up to to the statue, take a look around, and see if I can see anything that'll activate or deactivate it or anything like that. Like, see if I can figure out what's going on here.
You can investigate it. You do not see any switches or levers or anything that would indicate that it can be deactivated, at least mechanically.
I'm going to slowly start moving over to the south and start checking this floor as I go down, seeing what's down here.
Clue, I'm going to look for secret entrances in this circular room.
Oh my gosh, I feel so useful right now.
Give me a second,
Same.
Alamar.
I don't know what you have on you, Jack, but I think you could possibly move forward. I think the rest of us are more worried
Okay.
that since we're like decorated in metal armor that we're just gonna get pulled towards it.
I mean, I have some hammer and pitons in my backpack, which I could care less about. But
And what are you doing again down there, Storm?
sure.
I said, I'm slowly starting to. I said I'm double checking the floor as I go down here, and then as I get down here, I want to check and see if I see any like secret entrances or secret doors.
Give me a perception roll. What's your passive?
Jack just pushes his way down the hallway. Like, this is taking too long.
My
Watch out,
passive
Brett.
is 14.
Okay.
This is taking too long. Aka, watch our backs for some black, shadowy demon thing. I don't know what the fuck it is.
give a confused look to my brother.
Yeah, there's definitely a secret door there.
You heard him.
All right, I'll reach up and try and activate it.
Okay, so you open it up. Let me see if I can open it for you.
Do I make any kind of check entering the room?
Of course, I'm going to have to remove some lines here because I didn't create this right. Because some of my, I was like, it could be a secret door there, but I wasn't sure, so I didn't. I just drew a line. Give me a second to fix that. All right, I wasn't going to reveal anything that of you, just solid rock. All right, so since you've done that, give me a second to work on Alimar.
Yep.
All right, Alimar, what did you want?
Just doing the same thing he did in this room.
What, investigating it or something, or you're looking?
Yeah,
You're looking
just
into the.
for secret passages or any kind of trap door or anything like that.
You don't see any of that stuff. It's literally the only thing that looks of interest in here is the fountain.
I stick my hand in it.
And nothing happens.
I'll drink some of it.
Okay. Roll me a d4. All right, give me a second.
I done get ready to make a constitution save.
You feel yourself get, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say stronger, but you feel healthier.
Dang. After that, I'll leave the room. Let the others know.
He going to tell. He's like, uh, knew Alimar, knew he would be the guinea pig. Is it, even though he ain't playing Falco anymore, he's still Falco at heart.
That's exactly right.
He just can't help himself. All right, Jack, you walked into the room. You have a hammer.
And pitons in my backpack. That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah, some pitons or pitons, and a great axe.
I will holler out that, oh, I found a door
Well-
down here.
The great axe is my packed weapon, which flavor-wise is my arm. So I don't know how you want to
Okay.
roll that.
Okay, well, still for the other, your other stuff, roll the athletics as they start getting pulled towards the statue. Ooh.
Rolled right
Wow.
up to 20.
Okay,
Wouldn't the fabric tear before I flew towards the statue? Just saying.
no, it's
try
inside
to
the
stop you.
backpack, right?
Yeah.
It does fling you at the
How? That's not physics. What?
Magic.
Sorry, I'm just saying. It
I
would,
mean,
the
you
fabric would
have an
tear.
opportunity to try to let the backpack go.
Yeah, I'll let the backpack go. Fuck that shit.
Okay, so you move probably 10, 15 foot before you get the backpack off.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, Alimar, make me uh, a dexterity saving throw.
Hey guys, this thing heals you. Wham!
Hey guys, guys.
I'm just saying, mathematics wise, this is not possible.
Hey, I'm going by the module, man. Except for this
So
part,
what
because
happened?
Alimar, you need to make a dexterity saving throw as a backpack is flying straight at your freaking head, headed toward the statue. Why do
That
you?
ain't good.
So this thing hits you in the face and knocks you to the ground. It continues to travel to the statue. Um, you'll take 1d6 bludgeoning damage from the hit.
Wait, what
You
happened
roll a
there?
d6.
So you take a grand total of 1 hit point of damage. And it's only hit what wound you even got. Jack, you watch as your backpack touches the statue, or what hits the statue, and just sticks there. Nothing else happens.
How do you roll a
Uh,
6 with a +4 and get 5?
So, am I too loud?
Huh?
Yeah, you can try whatever.
Am I seeing that wrong?
I think what it's showing is the overall. I don't know. To be honest with you,
no, I'm pretty confused too because mine was right. I rolled a 2 plus 6, which is 8. He
Yeah, all
rolled
the
a
other
6
ones are
plus
right.
4
That
is
one's weird.
1.
Yeah, it is real. That don't make sense.
I was
It's like
wondering
because
why
he
it was.
dropped the 1, it's adding 4 to the 1.
Yeah.
roll it again. I want to see what it comes up with.
Roll it at the advantage too, so that way if it drops another one, we can definitely know.
I didn't
12 and
roll
a
an
15.
advantage. It just
12 and a,
automatically does it.
12 and a 15 natural.
Oh, that did it
That
right.
one did it right. Maybe it was
Oh, but
just
that
that
was
one.
the first one. It dropped the second this time.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know.
So maybe it always does the first?
I don't know. I guess we'll just have to figure it out.
Yeah, we will. Okay, so are you going to try to retrieve your backpack?
Uh, nothing happened to it, right?
No, nothing happened to it.
And I don't see like any creature remains among the rust.
No, just the rust on the floor and the rusting statue.
Sorry about that, Olimar. I lost control of my backpack, weirdly enough.
I'm telling you, you can't control nothing, can you?
Nope, not even my own life, because I roll like shit.
Join the crowd.
um,
The sad thing is
man.
he's got a nice fucking straight score, but he just can't roll high enough to hit for his bonus to help him.
Yep.
Do you want me to take my mage hand and move that for you?
I get a feeling that your mage hand probably can't lift it.
Oh, it's more than 10 pounds, huh?
I mean, not the backpack. I mean, off the force that's keeping it attached to the statue.
I'm gonna move out the way so he can get in there.
I mean, there's always the option of bringing somebody in who can maybe find out what's going on with the statue, or I mean, there's plenty of options. You could do a Zanashi.
Yeah, I guess.
I
Well, in the downtime, I will ritual cast detect magic.
from here, can I look at the statue and see if there's any like runes on it or inscriptions upon it or anything like that?
There isn't.
Okay.
Just a knight statue. It's rusting too, so any detailed features of it probably aren't as um, seeable now.
I'm just
Okay.
checking behind us as instructed.
And Roth and Vendor, you both content to stay where you're at?
Yeah, for now.
Okay. All right. Who wants to go next? Anyone?
I'm ready to move forward whenever you guys are.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be detect magic is all I wanted to do. Get that running, but that'll take 10 minutes.
Slowly step into this room, checking it in front of me as I do.
Well, I don't think that they're gonna find anything. I think to myself, and the only other thing I can think of is my brother's detect magic. So I'll just give him that time, and then move forward before him after he lets me know the information.
Okay. So in front of you, Storm, this vaulted tomb is overgrown with moss and creepers. A stone sarcophagus rests on a stepped dais in the middle of the floor. On the wall behind the sarcophagus, two large statues of bears grip a 5 foot diameter bronze disc embossed with a dozen glaring eyes. 6 desiccated corpses slump on thrones and niches along the walls. Each corpse wears a black mask made of papier mache. I'm guessing that's how you say that word. And feathers. An arched crystal window to the east offers a view of the tunnel beyond. I guess that was actually not even a door, it was a window. I guess I didn't read that before. So that wasn't a door earlier that I thought was a door, Alomar.
That's fine. It looks like a window, but I didn't know if it was a door or a window.
All right,
Yeah, I've just never seen them put a fucking window in a dungeon.
I
have never heard of that either.
I'm gonna. Can I climb the wall and go around this skeleton that's in front of me?
Um,
Do I have
sure,
to step through it? Yeah. So
sure.
I don't want to mess with him if I don't have to, so I'm gonna come around. I'm gonna climb up the wall and go around him. And then sit down there.
Okay. As soon as you enter the room, the corpses slumped on the thrones begin to rise. I'm gonna need you to roll initiative.
Oh no.
Oh, nice. Nat 20. And everybody else, I guess, go ahead and roll initiative because you're probably going to want to be trying to get here somehow.
If we know that it's going on.
Is it loud?
It will eventually be loud enough you can hear it.
Yeah, true.
I'm about to start hollering once they get up and moving.
Fair.
Oh man,
About to make it loud.
dude! You said you goes on this stuff over and everything, and I'm reading this crap here. I'm thinking, oh my god, he's about to be shitting himself.
As long as as long as the door I just opened doesn't close, I'm not super concerned.
Okay, so it looks like everybody has rolled their initiative, and let me change the music.
I hope you rolled all right on your initiative, Alamar.
Just a 15.
Round number 1. Storm, you are up.
All right, I am drawing the scimitar. So I've got both the scimitar and rapier in my hand. Taking a shot at this guy with the rapier.
That's a hit.
Did that not? Did the damage not?
Yeah, you still got to roll. There it goes.
Well, no, I clicked it once, but it didn't
Oh.
take for some reason. I did it once.
Gotcha. All right, see, you smack this white with your rapier. I mean, and really land a really hard blow, or actually piercing. You stick it in its upper chest, piercing all the way through it, but not enough to kill it.
All right, looking around the room, what are these guys wearing for, like, when I look around quickly, what are they wearing for armor and weapons?
Studded leather, and it looks like they're carrying long swords, and they even have long bows.
All right. All right, I'm gonna, after I hit him, I'm gonna try and climb up the wall again and try and get around him that way.
Okay.
Same way I did. And so that's gonna be what, like 5, 10, 15, 20. $25 feet to drop there.
Using your feline thing on this round.
It's
Yep.
Scaredy cat.
Yep.
Okay. Why did it not move it any further? I wonder if it's because you try to go through the wall.
That's right. It won't let you go through the wall.
How about I just drop you right
Yeah,
there?
you just dropped me there. That's 25 feet of movement. And then, yeah, I can move back up. Without any problem.
Can't go through the wall, remember? And I guess you can describe to your comrades any kind of
And-
noises you're making as you're running back.
Oh, you hear me, you see me duck up, and I go up against the wall, and I look around. The undead in there. 6 of them. There's 6 undead down there. Swords and bows. And that's my turn.
Vinda, you will be up next.
Oh, great.
Don't forget the water up there.
I have so much metal.
What's your strength?
Not the greatest. I have a +1.
Oh, yeah, you're gonna need at least a 9 to get that
Mhm.
+1. So far, the game seems to be holding up pretty decent. Still running 3.1 gigabytes of memory, but doesn't seem to be too bad.
Okay. Okay. I'll step out to here. Let's do it.
All right, give me the athletics roll so we can get that out of the way. I'm rooting for you, man. I really am.
Me too.
Oh, I
Yes.
saw it almost stop on that 2. I was like, oh, man.
Good God, dude.
So just as the others, you feel that pull, but you're able to just, maybe because you're short, just really good center balance, maintain your footing and not get pulled to the statue. What's your armor?
I have scale mail.
Ooh, that's
Yes.
metal armor, isn't it?
Metal armor.
Oh yeah, that's a disadvantage then.
Oh, okay. Roll again.
Yeah.
Great.
No, man. I had to ask. So I was like, it's got
I
metal
figured,
armor.
to be honest.
Yeah, that's why all of us were hanging back just in case anything was really fudged.
Come on, roll it.
Okay.
Oh!
So here's my
So-
backup plan. I could tell it's happening at the statue, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah. I guess you're damn up.
I am. God, I gotta try it. It's gonna take a spell slot, but I'm gonna point at the statue and I'm gonna dispel magic.
Okay, so as you fly towards it, I'm gonna stop you right there as we get the spell off. As you get the spell off, you instantly stop flying towards. Actually,
Momentum.
I actually give me a second.
Jack, catch me!
No,
Oh God!
There'd be momentum behind it, so he's crashing into me no matter what.
Okay, I need a successful dispel magic DC. What's
So if it is 4th level or higher, wait. If it's 3rd level or lower, it ends it immediately. If it's 4th level or higher, the DC
It's 10
equals
plus the
10
level.
plus the spell's level.
so the I'm just trying to figure out because it says a successful dispel magic DC 17 cast on the statue shuts down the attractive field for 1 hour.
Yikes! So, yep, I have to make a spell casting roll, right?
That's a
Yep.
7th level spell. Magnetism is a 7th level spell. Okay.
That's crazy.
That's high.
That is high. Alright, so let's give this a
Roll a
shot.
20.
Did
I
I have
didn't-
thing
I
coded in
didn't-
for this?
I
No,
did
I'll
not
just roll a
create
different
the
spell.
module, and that's what it says.
I'm just gonna roll my spiritual weapon because it'll just be magic, you know. $20.
All right, that works. And you shut it down.
It says you rolled your spiritual weapon.
Yes, because I don't have a spell casting thing for dispel magic.
Same modifier.
Yeah, it's both using wisdom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I haven't even.
It's just a spell attack modifier.
Yeah.
5 plus 3. Right.
All right. Anything else? And when he does that, your backpack immediately falls to the ground, Jack.
You got free movement out of it.
I
Did.
sure did. I used a level 3 spell to move a little extra. I could do that with Misty Step, but I don't have it. Yep, that's the end of my turn.
Rolf.
I mean, so there's a difference between spell attack ability and your spell casting ability. You know what I mean?
You saying we did it wrong?
Kind of. I mean, when you're attacking with your spiritual weapon, that's using your spell attack ability. It's not using your spell casting ability. I'm pretty sure there's a difference.
Isn't the spell casting ability your modifier plus your proficiency?
I don't think so.
I think so. Yeah, I think it's the same. But there is like mechanically, there is a difference between a spell and an attack roll. Like there is technically a difference, but I think it uses the same modifiers.
Should be the same thing as a dispel magic, shouldn't it?
I just don't know if it stacks.
I've
on
been
the
reading it,
proficiency
it doesn't
bonus.
really.
Or I mean,
Specify.
counter spell. I'm sorry.
I'm proficient with the spell, so I don't see why not. Either way, I'm pretty sure. Oh no, it meets it. So it would beat it anyways.
You have a +5 on your wisdom.
Yeah, 20.
Mhm.
Okay, I guess it doesn't matter.
And a 3 proficiency.
Hey, that's something I'm gonna have to look into later because I've never
too.
had one say that a successful.
I guess it
Yeah.
doesn't say add the proficiency, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't had to use that before, so I don't know.
Yeah, because when you're building your character, it says your spell casting ability uses wisdom. So I don't think your proficiency applies to it.
Like for saving throws and stuff like that. No, I don't think it does. Yeah.
No, not for
You
saves.
should be able to do the
but-
same thing. Counter spell. It's the same thing.
Yeah, use a ability check using your spell casting ability. Pretty sure that means just your spell casting ability plus its modifier, so your charisma or whatever plus its modifier. Pretty sure.
Okay, so Rolf moves into the room, and you do notice that there is
I'll look at the
no
book right now.
magnetic pull.
Wait, that was my turn. No, I'm on deck.
It should say it in like the any spellcaster's page, right?
It should be, but I always thought it was your bonus plus your proficiency.
Charisma is your spell casting
Let's see.
modifier.
Yeah, your spell attack modifiers. Well, that words it differently.
Okay, spell casting ability is intelligence. This is for a wizard, though.
That's right. Yeah, I'm reading the wizard one too.
Spell save DC equals 8
Okay,
plus
yeah.
your proficiency bonus plus intelligence. So for you, it'd be wisdom.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
so
the
yeah, just
D20
be
plus the
+5.
wisdom modifier.
That's weird. Those are the only types of spells that does it, right?
Yeah.
8.
You gotta make a DC check against your own spell. Passes anyways.
Yeah, but that's if it's a higher level. Other
Yeah.
than that, it's just automatically done.
Spell save, but your spell attack modifier equals proficiency bonus plus intelligence mod. That is just weird.
You learn something new every day. Because, yeah, the other things spell attack modifier. I don't necessarily see why it's different, but
Well, because
rules as written.
one is the force of your will, the other is the force of your aim and your will. I mean, just philosophically speaking, I guess. I don't know.
I guess so. I thought you had proficiency in spells with what you know because you're familiar with casting them. But I guess that makes sense too.
I mean, that would make Dispel Magic and Counterspell pretty fucking broken if you could add your proficiency to it.
Yeah. Only at higher levels, though.
Jack, it is your turn.
Okay. I thought it was Roth's turn. I got a little thrown there. Alright. So Storm informed us. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it was Roth's turn. What did Roth do?
He
I
moved
can't
into
hear
the
Roth.
room.
I see it lighting up, but I can't hear.
Yeah, I can't hear him either.
Still can't hear you.
And now.
Good.
There we go.
So either way, 12 plus your wisdom mod would have been a 17.
Yeah, it
So
means
you would have met the DC. So we know better now. So what were you saying, Roth?
I was just saying I moved into the room
Okay.
after watching the backpack fall off the shield and stuff.
What are you gonna do, Jack?
Alright. I'm going to come down here to get a look down that hallway. Sweet. Do you see a creature engaged with Alamar? Since I can't get next to him, guess I'm gonna fire some Eldritch Blasts over Alamar's shoulder. Hits. Sweet. Wait, why'd they roll a d20? That's supposed to be damage. Oh, they both hit. Cool.
I thought it was gonna be a low damager for a second. It flipped on over to that 9. Oh, decent damage both times.
Nice. Oh yeah. So 16 points of force damage. I do have. No, it's gonna be my turn.
Ooh.
Elamar.
First thing we're gonna do is activate this blade song.
Okay.
That's my bonus action. And I guess I'll swing at him with this sword I got.
Let's see how well you swing that sword of yours. That's a hit. Oh, max damage. and you bring it down.
So that's all I see. Is there any more in there?
You see one straight across, but it almost seems as if it's. I'm not even going to say anything actually right now.
Do y'all want to fight these things, or are we just going to leave them alone?
Akko was
Because I
just
still got
wondering.
movement.
Akko just wondering to himself, what things?
These ghostly warriors.
If we can fight them smart, then I say we fight them.
Are we all going to be bunched up in this hallway, or do y'all want me to go ahead?
We definitely need to fight them, but I just wasn't going to stay in there. I was going to wait for everyone else to get in there. We either draw them out, see if we can draw them out here, or we fight them in there.
I'll back up. I'll move her out there.
It's not going to let you go to the wall. Well, actually, I guess that was a good enough corner to let you go. All right.
Is this statue alive now?
Oh yeah, he's about to grab you. No, he's not.
Storm, do you think that this room is better to take these creatures on, or should we set up in the halls?
They'll be coming out. Like I said, I'm hoping that they'll follow us this way. Alamar, did you take that first one down?
Yeah, he's gone.
All right. My thought is we'll see if they come down. We start hitting them as they come through here. If they don't, then we go in and take them down. I just wasn't going to take 6 on by myself and Alamar. I wanted to get everyone else together first. If one's down, that means there's 5 left in there.
Oh, good. I had no idea how many.
Moving forward, I will pull a dart from my belt and just hold it if anything comes into my line of sight to be able to chuck it.
Akka the Dart Master.
It took down the mighty basilisk.
It really did. I think you're the first person I've ever seen actually use darts.
Well, after that dude lit me up with all those darts, so then I just collected them. I was like, yeah, I'm going to do this. And then I had run out of darts, forgot to collect them, and then I got peppered by the trap, so I just collected all the darts that I got peppered by, and I was like, I'm going to remember to use them now.
Okay, Jack, directly to your south, you see the white, the only one that you can see, sit back down in its chair. And that ends the round, and pretty much doesn't look like they're pursuing.
This is odd. It seems like the only time those things come alive is when somebody's in the room. They've sat down again.
Brother,
Seems
did you
they're-
have... Sorry.
It's alright. Seems they're protecting something.
I see it like there's a sarcophagus in the middle of the room.
Yes, there is. There's a sarcophagus in the center of the room. There's 2 statues with or bears, if I remember correctly, with a brass like symbol between them with 12 eyes. Is that right? On the brass.
Pretty close description. I mean, that sounds like something that you would have given him from the information I gave you.
It's just a quick, yeah, because I really didn't get a quick. So I went in real quick and came out. So there's a statue with a brass thing, and then there should be 5 more of those things in there, and something in the center. Very mossy room. But yes, I think we can take them, but we definitely want to get in quick, hit, and get out.
All right, let's take our 5 right here.
Sounds good.
We'll come back and see what y'all's plan is.
Cool,
I'm gonna
cool.
go get a drink from the water fountain.
I'll be back in a minute.
Be right back.
I think we're gonna have to go in that room.
Almar,
We
what
back.
did you say about this fountain up here?
It gave me temporary hit points.
What does that mean?
It means take a bath.
Go
I heal you up.
I could use a bath.
take a look.
Well, I believe there's something of value within that sarcophagus, so maybe if we took down these whites, we might be able to acquire something.
Yeah, definitely. In a place like this, I feel like moving forward is our only option. We can't just go back.
Drinks water.
Roll a
Well,
d4.
actually, I was gonna say, well, first I'm gonna start off by like rubbing it on me, since Alomar told me he took a bath, and then like looking around before my brother gets in here. I'll take like a quick drink.
Roll me a d4.
I hope one of these are just you die.
Oh my god, no, he rolled another 4. That's gonna be bad for me. I can already tell.
And you feel yourself feeling healthier. And let me find you in the tracker.
How is it, Akka?
I
There
mean,
you go.
it tastes pretty good.
Alright, I'll
And
scoop up some and take a sip.
forgetting that I'm supposed to be speaking in my brother's mind.
D4.
Roll a 1.
That can't be
Okay.
bad, right?
You look over at your brother, Akka, and you're like, who in the fuck is that?
Oh
Because he is no longer a male. He is a female.
Wait, I'm a female or Vendor is?
Vendor is.
Vendor
Your
is.
brother is no longer.
What do you mean, yes?
You see a female halfling wearing your brother's attire.
That means one of those will probably kill you. I love it.
So, eyebrow kind of arcs up a little bit. Trying to see if I can still speak into my brother's mind.
Your brother under quotation marks.
Scratch his head. You look different.
I look myself over.
You got titties, bitch.
I mean, you looked better than me before, but now you just look a lot better than me.
I just look back at Akka. I say, "What do you mean? I never looked any different than I am right now."
Slowly about faces. Guys, you're not gonna believe this.
I just walk out. I'm like, "Don't drink the water."
Remember when I told you that, well, how I've referred to Vendor as a god? I think that this proves it. And then I'll step to the side so they can see him coming down the hall. Her.
I prance down the hall.
Y'all see Akka come out, and y'all see a female wearing Vendor's armor.
I flip my hair.
No.
Ah, Lord.
This is not a clue made up effect.
I-
This is
Okay.
in the
I would have
module.
lost money because I would have bet it was something you made up.
All I'm saying is
I didn't make none of this shit up.
No, I know he didn't. For a fact, I know he didn't.
since we've been here, now we have 2 of our members that have, well, changed. And I'll look over and I'll say, Vendetra? I don't know. Shrug shoulders. Are you gonna leave us too?
Vendorella.
Oh my god. No, we'll just settle with Vendor. I intend to remove this eventually.
You could always try to drink from the fountain again.
Hell no.
On the contrary, brother, I think it would be adding things. I think it's already been removed.
Does
I
anyone
just face bomb.
does anyone else wish to go drink from the fountain?
You ruined it.
It's fun.
God. Well, the worst part is I do, but I'm pretty sure if you roll a 1, you just fucking die. So are we drinking from the fountain or not? Because that, points to
Not me.
Vinderette, that is interesting, but also very disturbing.
Yeah, well, it either makes you healthier or slimmer.
You jest, but really, you have other things to deal with now.
Oh, by the time we're out of here, I'll fix this.
Whoa. Let's not be so hasty here. Now I have the chance to be an uncle.
Oh my god.
Fuck, you had the chance before.
All those rings
Well-
do look a little more natural now for you.
And they fit a little bit better too.
People will be drooling all over you, sister. Much easier for you to find a mate.
God.
Okay, so what do y'all want to do?
Be Joe Dirt. I'm your sister. I'm your sister.
You know, it's weird. I can kind of think of why Jack would want to drink from the fountain, but
Well, you shouldn't be using out of game knowledge. You should be thinking about what your character would do.
Yeah,
No,
that's
no, I
exactly why I
am
drank from
thinking-
it.
Go
I am
drink it.
thinking of in character stuff.
Go drink it.
Um,
Well, if we're gonna contemplate this, we
Female
need to get out
Jack.
of this room, just in case.
Yeah, we can come back. The fountain isn't going anywhere.
So let me get this straight. For two of you, you feel stronger, but for her, who was once a he, but is now a her, right?
Yes, I'm not really sure
Because
what's so
she-
hard to comprehend that.
It must be a 2 in 3 chance that you'll feel stronger.
Well, if it gives you more power, fuck it.
Here comes
I
the
knew
one.
Jack well. I knew Jack well.
Okay, roll that D4.
Oh god.
Remember, they twisted your arm.
Ah.
And you
Just
feel
everybody's rolled 4s except me. More incentive for more people to drink.
Lord.
Oh, no, it's a table. Hold on.
Okay, where are
Do
you
I
at?
die? Just tell me if I die immediately. That would be so
You
funny.
feel healthier as well. I've rolled max.
Damn.
What does that mean?
I rolled 2
20
d10s.
temp.
You get 20 temp.
Damn.
Worth.
Sweet. Jack comes back down the hallway. She's like, I haven't felt this good in a long time. That's a nice well.
I'm starting to think maybe you did it wrong.
Perhaps
What
it
do you
has a
mean?
different effect on people of higher intelligence.
What's so bad? He got a pair of breasts. The rest of us feel stronger. Nice well.
See, I told you it'd be easier for you to find a mate.
That's not what
Ah.
I meant.
Oh, goodness.
Well, I'll take the lead here if we're ready to move on.
Yes,
Sounds
go,
good.
Go hit things.
Excuse me. I need to get through here.
Hold on just a second.
Clue, tell me now. Do I need a new token?
Oh, of course.
Already working on it. There you
Oh,
go.
God, he was.
I'm just I didn't actually make a full one, but it's pretty quick to swap it from male to female.
Yeah, I'm
Dude,
definitely gonna put that in the game.
I watched a stream where players did like the Tomb of Horrors, and there is something like this, and it's so funny. On top of like instantly dying, it's incredible.
Okay, Akka, you move forward, and just as Storm, you see this overgrown with moss and creepers vaulted tomb. Stone sarcophagus resting on a stepped dais in the middle of the floor. On the wall behind the sarcophagus, which would be to the left, you see two large statues of bears that grip a 5 foot diameter bronze disc embossed with a dozen glaring eyes. And there's 6 desiccated corpses that slump on thrones, one of them directly in front of you, which your compadres, have killed. Each corpse wears a black mask made of papier mache and feathers. And to the east, you see a window. Well, you maybe not can't quite see the window from where you're at. Actually, I guess you really can't see it as much as I described to you,
But I'll know shortly. I will place the dart back in the clip on my belt, and as I take out the mace, I will say, "Excuse me, pardon me," as I move past, and then say, "Okay, I'm here to take whatever's in that sarcophagus. Come on out."
okay. And as you move past this corpse, you do notice the eyes seem to be following you on that bronze disc. And as they make eye or contact with you, these whites begin to rise.
Give a bit of a smirk, since I was prepared.
So roll initiative again.
Aw, Vinderetta, you're adorable. Look at those chubby cheeks.
No.
Oh, good thing I'm in the front.
Oh, dang, that's 2 low numbers.
Oh, I did roll 2. Oh, I forgot. It works when you click it. Not you. I'm used to just clicking dragging.
Yeah, it wouldn't have mattered. There's nobody lower than a 3 or a 4.
Heck yeah. Well, thanks, Glue. I know him last.
I figured you'd appreciate that.
Yeah, I got my finger on the shield button, I guess.
All right, so as you run into the room or slowly move into the room, Storm, you get an urge to, I guess, do whatever you're going to do.
They're alive, boys. And sister. It's gonna take some time getting used to.
Alright, so that's
I don't let him move from my space. Just kidding.
Trips.
25 there. And that makes 30.
And you do see the whites risen.
They're risen? Alright. Moved another. I'm gonna do my feline thing to double my movement. So that's 25 there.
If you're still talking, I can't hear you.
I said I'm. Oh, sorry. I said I'm activating my key feline thing and moving
Yeah.
my move 25 there,
I just wasn't seeing much really going on after that.
and then I'm going to attack the white here. After that. So it just you hadn't officially according on my screen you still haven't okayed the move. That's why I was waiting.
Oh, I don't see the move even.
Oh, I've got it.
All right, I moved you just a slight bit. Now try to move again and see if it got. There it goes.
How's that? There, yeah. Sorry, yeah, no, I had that move set there, and yeah, it wasn't. All right, cool. So, yep, and then I'm going to attack with the rapier.
That's gonna be a miss. Perhaps your positioning is preventing you from getting a good solid swing.
Understood. And then I am moving back using my dash, my cunning action to dash.
Let me know if you do.
And that's over there.
All right, I do see it.
And that'll be my turn.
And it will be Alimar.
I guess I'll run back into the room. It's 30 foot right there, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'll move you there.
And I still got 10 more foot of movement after that.
And walls, man. Y'all got to take the routes around the walls because they stop you.
Yeah, that's something we got to get used to. And
walls don't do
bonus
that.
action, I'm gonna cast Shadow Blade.
All right.
Is it dark in here?
There's no candles or lanterns, so yeah.
All right. That'll be my turn.
White number 10. Okay. He moves forward and over by you, Alimar, since you are the closest. And he is going to make 2 longsword attacks at you.
I'll cast it at 3rd level too.
And he swings and misses you both times. And white number 7. Oh, he's right here too. Yeah, he'll move forward as well. Man, I am rolling bad. This guy swings his long sword twice at you, missing. Venderella.
I'll move up to there. I'll cast Firebolt on the one straight ahead of me.
That's a hit. Good damage.
Yeah. I think I'll call it there. I'll end my turn there.
Swinging twice and missing both times. Roth.
I got one question for you. Well, go ahead, Roth.
Go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and dash.
Okay, so you make it into the room, just barely.
Should be able to make it to there.
Okay.
And that will be my turn.
And it is white number 2's turn, and he sees you have come into the room, and he immediately moves towards you. And he is going to attempt to touch you. Which he does. And you save on your concentration. But you do take 6 points of necrotic damage. And then what else? Did you have to make that saving throw? No, this is a different saving throw. That's for your concentration.
Right, that's for my Warcaster.
Okay, so you do succeed on that. Okay, and I was making sure he don't get life back for that. He doesn't. And he does swing his long sword with the second one. Hitting you for 7 more points of damage, and you are able to maintain your concentration. And that's his turn.
All right.
Jack.
All right. Yeah, I guess I'll. It looks like from my point of view, he might have some cover, so I'll move right behind Vinderella. And I'll try to finish off this white with Eldritch Blast. Come on. Oh,
That's a hit.
I'll roll for the second one.
You fire over the heads of Vinderella and Akka.
Second one
And
misses.
miss was one of them. The first one was probably close to their heads, and you got a little worried. And you lifted your hands a little higher, and you're just off target. Only 3 points of damage, though. Don't hurt him very much.
Probably caught him in the shoulder or some shit like that. I'll save those points. It's the end of my turn. It's not great, but it's the end of it.
Okay. White 6 comes out. And he is going to... He's going to try to touch you as well. And even with advantage, he misses. And then he tries to come back with a longsword attack. And again, a miss.
All right. Now this is what I'm fixing to ask you. I got the Warcaster feat. I can cast a spell when somebody makes an opportunity attack. Can I cast Sword Burst on myself and attack all these creatures?
Sword Burst.
That ability is for when, well, not that ability, but you can use your reaction, but also be able to use the spell with that. So you have to make an opportunity attack on somebody.
I was going to say, only when they provoke and then attack of opportunity can you use Warcaster.
Yeah, there's no attack of opportunities occurred.
Tell me.
I mean, you're saying that during an opportunity attack, there's no attacks of opportunity even been provoked.
Because they have to leave from me to be an opportunity attack.
Yep.
Yep.
Correct.
All right.
Speaking of that, I think I am missing that feat, if I'm not mistaken.
But why does it matter? You can still cast Sword Burst.
Yeah, as long as the opportunity attack is provoked, though.
But it says casting of one time of one action and must target only that creature. So if I target myself, that should work, right?
Did the white move out of your attack range?
I thought just I thought just attacking me was an opportunity attack, but I see it now.
Yeah, I mean,
Wait,
I suppose you could attack yourself though if you're ever able to use it. But you're going to take you're going to have to make a dexterity saving throw.
It says each creature other than you must succeed on a dexterity save.
But if he attacks himself with it, I'm going to rule that he's going to have to do it too.
Dang it.
Wait. So am I looking at the wrong sword here? Yeah, that's... You create
It just
a
circles around you.
circle. You create a circle of blades around you, and every creature within 5 feet of you makes the dexterity saving throw.
Yeah, but he's wanting to hit himself for some reason.
What?
I don't know why.
I can't. If I target another creature, can I target a creature and it still do the same thing all the way around?
I mean, technically, you're not targeting a creature. Technically, you're just casting it. It's not really that you target somebody with it. You just cast it. It just makes the spectral blade sweep around you.
Okay, I was just. I've never used it. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, no. There's no target. When you actually cast it on you, you're gonna have to target all of them, and then they need to make the dexterity saving throw.
Yeah.
But I was reading that spell. Like, what are you talking about attacking yourself? Like, that's not how that spell works.
I was gonna let him do it. It's like, hey, if he wants to hurt himself. All right, so Akka.
All right. Like I said, I'm missing that feat actually because I took that at level 4.
He's got it coded in the modules there.
Yeah.
Well, I'll have to just look at the modules.
I see what he's saying now. Yeah, it's the wording of Warcaster.
Yeah.
You have to target one creature.
Yeah, so he wouldn't be able to. He's asking if he can target himself and not hit himself with the.
That's like Green Flame Blade. I can't use it. I can, but I can't do the extra damage to another creature.
It can only It can only target that creature.
Yeah, you have to cast a spell
That's what
at a creature.
Yeah, so you wouldn't be able to cast Sword Burst.
Yeah.
So I need to get rid of that one.
Well, just not as like the opportunity attack.
Yeah, you can do it normally, but it'd have to be like a single target spell to use the opportunity attack.
It would target Akka now. It would hit him too.
No, I mean the movement has to provoke an opportunity.
Did you target anything?
Right, 6.
Up. Yeah, I was scrolling up in the chat. I didn't see it. There you go. That's a hit.
I'm confused. Did the creature move away from him to provoke?
No, he was just asking a question.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's just mechanics.
That's another hit.
All right. So with my main action, using Booming Blade and then being able to follow it up with my bonus action as a normal attack as well, hitting it again, and that'll be the end of my turn. And then I'm gonna go look through the module so I can make sure that I have that feat added.
Under that Rob Toohey.
Round number 2.
It's called feats. You can't miss it.
Shit.
You can type in. Oh yeah, you're at the top of the tracker this time, buddy.
Rinse and repeat. Putting Booming Blade on myself. I wanted to get closer to the one that Alamar was hitting. Actually, you know what? I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. Wait, moving through the creature will take my action, right?
I mean, you could technically move through Alamar's square and then over, you know.
Well, bam. And then focusing the damage on 7.
You do provoke an opportunity attack from white 18 and 10.
That's fine.
I've never hit any of them now.
Okay. All right, so I'll just do one. I'll do the same guy attack you, so that was just easier.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a miss.
It's Alamar. Haha! He uses him as meat shield.
And another miss. All right, so they both missed you.
So, making my way, dodging the attacks, then focusing the one that Alamar was hitting, putting Booming Blade on myself, which I think I have already. Yep. And then attacking. Shit! Swinging again. Aha!
There you go.
Not bad. And then I'll say, just communicate to Alamar. The others are right behind us. Just focus this one down, and then we'll move on to the next. And hopefully my booming voice has kind of perhaps pulled more of their attention towards me.
And white number 10 makes 2 longsword attacks at you. Guess I'm gonna have to turn my switch on. Watch me roll.
Guess you lost the switch in the other one, huh? All right, guys, I've been taking all this and you ain't done crap.
Wait, what is Alamar? What is your AC? It says you got a. Do you have shield up?
No,
Dude, that Song Blade,
singing.
man. He's got Song Blade up.
I still have the shield. I've got it on the button right now.
There is a hit.
Not anymore. He's waiting.
Nat 20. Nat 20. Nope. Roth. I knew all of them were going consecutive, so I was just like, I'm not even going to sit here and drag it out by telling y'all what they're going to do. Just going to roll them all, whoever they were attacking before.
There we go.
That's a hit. Ross swings that mighty great axe at the white. Oh, damn good damage.
Nice.
But he did partially resist it. Why is he resisting that?
Natural
Is
20.
that?
Nice.
Oh, one of that D12.
Even though we're resisting it for some reason, I'm going to find out why they're resisting it. You do take that one down.
Resistance to magic weapons, maybe?
Non-magical weapons, I believe.
Resistant to magic weapons. That would
Oh,
suck.
sorry. Non-magical weapons. I know what I meant.
Okay, yeah, his great axe ain't magical. Okay, I seen the M. I keep forgetting that M stands for melee, not magic. But yeah, he don't have a magical great axe. Okay. I'm certain it won't be long in this dungeon and y'all are gonna find some stuff.
I hope so.
Jack.
Besides death.
Cool. Sweet.
Maybe y'all got a magic fountain.
Otherwise dead. I can't see him. I'm gonna hop over Cinderella. How about there?
And his threat about not, taking notes on who not to heal, he can't not heal the DM.
I could already not heal you.
Sweet.
I ought to give Storm Storm a damn inspiration for that character portrait that he got it really quick.
Yeah, you
Right
should.
when I said it,
I
too.
agree. I agree. Give him inspiration.
All right. What are those two star things? Just to be clear.
There's statues, two statues of bears holding with a brass cylinder between them.
Okay, thank you. Clue, let me know. But is there a way that I can cast Shatter behind these three whites to capture all three of them, or can I just capture two of them? I don't even know if I can draw that. Can I draw that?
What is shatter? Is it a circle or is it a square?
Yeah, link
Shatter
the spell
is
real quick.
each creature in a 10-foot radius sphere.
What's the range on it?
Hold on. I will cast it as at a third level too, just to be clear. That didn't help. 60 feet. Thank you.
Let me look. All right, looking at that, number 18 is not at least halfway in it. I don't think he is anyway.
Just put it over
You
top
could
of me.
easily adjust it over like a half a square and it'll fit him.
Yeah, I think you could do that and you'll keep Alimar.
Just remember, I have advantage on saving throws against Constitution.
Yeah, it's barely even touching your space though, so I think you're fine. Sweet. I will cast that at third level. Okay, Shatter does a 3d8. Okay, I already put it there, so 2. They make a con save, DC 14. Does that seem right? Yeah, DC 14.
As long as you target them all, it should be coded.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look. We have a portrait up there. Female.
Motherfucker.
No, you have to target them for the saving throw first.
Yeah.
Fuck. Sorry.
And it looks like we have 2 successes. So is that half damage? And they don't get
Yeah.
pushed? Or Shatter don't push them, does it?
No, it doesn't push them. It just half damage if they succeed.
Okay, so 10 and 18 succeeded. So 10 I'll take 12 off his damage. Actually, both of them. I'll take 12 off their damage.
Okay. Sorry about that. Nobody looks terribly hurt, so I'll end my turn.
Venderella.
Hop on down. There they are. I can see things now.
He sees dead people.
And that's it for me.
All right. Storm is going to start. Is going to move down. So there. 15. Gonna take a shot at this one. With his rapier.
Don't you take my circle token from me.
Oh, did Shatter do anything to the bear statues? Probably not.
No, my circle token.
I'm working on a new one.
A lol.
He's changing all my stuff against my will.
Hey, your brother egged me
And then
on.
I'm gonna move over here and call it good.
You
It didn't
narc.
take much. It didn't take much nudging for me to do it, though.
Now the whole screen's black.
Oh, because you haven't been to those other places?
I can't even see anything around me.
Ruined.
Ruined.
Is it opening up those places as I drag you around?
Nope, all black.
What about now?
Still black.
Damn. I don't know why I did that.
I've gone blind.
So, Storm, are you done?
Yeah, sorry, yeah, I moved away. Yeah, done. Sorry.
Alimar.
All right, let's start attacking.
Maybe when it comes back your turn, Vendor, that'll fix itself.
I'll go after number 10 first.
That's a miss.
There, I did.
Something
There.
ain't right.
That's all I
'cause
see.
That's the
That's a
same. Yeah, whatever
15.
was happening before, it's the same thing that we were seeing earlier.
Yep. Proves it. It's just an odd coding. Or like an
Yeah.
odd coding issue.
Okay, so Alamar, what are you doing? You attacked and you missed.
Well, it should
Anything
be
else?
a hit.
15 plus 7 sure ain't 9.
It added the first one again since it dropped the
Yeah, that is strange.
Yeah, it's always adding the first one appears.
And I cast it at 3rd level too.
Okay.
So 21 hit points.
Was that white 10?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait
two.
again.
Damn it, Alamar said hit this one. As he like strikes the one like way down there. Yep, it added it to the 16.
I'll have to look into it and see why it's doing that. So it's the advantage
Extra 3
add-on.
points. Guess I need to make that where I can do increase it up. I'll try to do that next, but that's my turn.
Okay, round 3. Roth.
Did the same thing on him too.
But it said he had a critical hit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It did the same thing it did to me. Just added the 7 plus 4. I don't know why it's doing it. It's
But
only doing it when you have advantage.
But it did count the 20 as a hit. It says it's only given an 11 number, but underneath where it's reading, it says it hit critical. And it did critical damage when you rolled its damage.
Yeah, it did do that.
Before it said the 9 missed, so I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. So Roth rushes up and just takes the head off of that white. And then misses the other one.
Well, Rod's got 2 natural 20s this combat already. But we can't hear you again, Roth. Whatever you have in.
What about now?
Yep.
Yes. I'll move one more over, and that will be my turn.
All right. I will. Ralph's got that one. I'm going to move right up here to this. Move right up here. And take a swing. And then I will back off. To there. And that will be my turn.
Okay.
All right, I guess we'll
Did you
keep swinging.
Did you see that move or not? So you haven't approved it. Did that not show up?
Yeah, I'm working on something
Okay,
real quick, trying
alright.
to help Bender.
I got you. I just wanted to make sure, like the last time you didn't see that move, so just making sure you see it.
Yeah, I was going to do advantage. That's all right. I still hit.
Before, don't do down arrow when your turn's over. Give me a second. What about now, Vendor?
Still nothing.
Can you open your character sheet and then close it? Or see if that refreshes or anything?
I'll hit the other one too.
How do you mean?
Just open your character sheet and then close the character sheet.
It doesn't do anything.
All right, I'm gonna try
I'm
something
going to
else.
close the map and reopen the map.
2 20s.
I'm gonna reclaim. Or
Oh, there we go.
there. Okay, so it's working now.
Yeah, I just had to reopen the map.
Okay, cool. All right. All right, so I'm good whenever you are, Alamar. I got him set up now.
He's dead.
Yeah, actually, yeah, both of them are dead. Okay, so you have defeated all the whites in the thing here. Let me kill this music.
Now we're going to check the sarcophagus.
Yes, I agree.
So what are you trying to check out about the sarcophagus?
I want to open it up, see what's inside of it.
As you try to open it, you just are unable to open it.
But when I see him do that, I'm gonna come up to it and start looking around and see if I see any latches or anything like that, or any way to possibly unlock it. Or
There is a lock mechanism built into it.
Seem like it be going up to these thrones.
You said, what about the thrones?
I just wondered if you could tell if there was something going up to the thrones that may have something to do with the locks on the sarcophagus.
Not that you can see. You do notice that the um, that bronze disc that's got the eyes, that they just kind of, their bronzed pupils are flicking back and forth, scanning the tomb.
I'm gonna the locking mechanism that I looked. Does it look like it takes a key, or does it look like it takes something different?
You you feel like you could use some thieves' tools to unlock it.
I'm gonna start detect magic ritual.
Okay.
Before I do that, I want to start walking up to each of these bodies and see if I can. I'm specifically looking for a key on possibly on one of these bodies.
I'm gonna, excuse me. I'm gonna check these objects here and see if there's anything or any sort of indication, maybe a hidden key on the statues.
And the sarcophagus hasn't been opened yet, right?
Correct.
You do not see any keys on any of the bodies. There does not appear to be any keys in the tomb anywhere you've looked.
Uh, well, let me know if you want me to try and open this. I might be able to, but
Go ahead.
who knows what it will activate. So I want to make sure anybody that wants to be away when I do this is away.
Okay,
what
hold
about
on.
You got it.
Who was checking the seats or the thrones out?
Oh,
that?
I was checking the statues, not the thrones.
That's what I checked out. The throne.
Okay, give me a perception check. You definitely. What the hell is You got a damn dice tower icon for you. Oh, you rolled the dice tower. Never mind. You can see to that one to the very south and the east. The edges of the back wall are made of flint, and looks like it's a secret door.
All right. I'm gonna go over here and see if I can open it, or at least holler at somebody to see if they can open it. It has thieves' tools.
I
Are you going to attempt to open it before asking for somebody with thieves' tools?
No, I would ask for somebody with thieves' tools. I'm not good at.
I
It doesn't
I
seem to
can.
be a locking mechanism on it.
Oh, there doesn't. I mean, I can try to open it then.
Okay, it's the one to the east, directly south of Storm.
All right, let's see what's in here.
Okay, you would need to move down onto the chair. Let me first do some finagling with these walls. So this way, when I delete these middle walls, that you don't see out into the concrete. Okay, as you open that door, the flint around the edges of the door ignite, and there is a very loud boom. And each creature in the area of the pocket or within 15 feet of it. So from the door, 10, 15. So, Storm, you're just out of it.
I was say because I've also got evasion and uncanny dodge. So
Yeah. Oh. So you are unsuccessful at dodging out of the way, and an explosion with fire fills that area that you're in and
Oh
just
fuck!
beyond you too. And you take 24 points of damage.
What was that? Look back. Oh shit. Roth, are you okay?
Not really.
It's
they
like he
were
coughs
they
out like a
weren't
little
here
bit of
last
smoke.
week, were they? The hint
I,
was there. I gave the hint. Did I not, Vendor?
Mm-hmm.
I said that the edges were flint. What looked like flint.
I am not sure what was louder, Aka's voice this moment, or that explosion that just erupted around you.
I know that we can't really leave, but I'm just saying, like, with how dangerous this place is, like, personally, if you've been revived, you might have to just die. I don't know what to tell you. You've already had your chance.
we will finish this.
We've been in here for what? An hour? 2 hours? Nearly dead already.
Roth, did you say that there was something along this one as well? Were there two?
Just that one.
Just okay,
Just,
just that one.
just the one, yeah.
And did we even open the sarcophagus?
No,
I have not. I was waiting, and then he found another door. So, do you want me to open the sarcophagus?
yes.
Yes, I think so.
All right. Before I do, I
Hides
want to check
behind
it
statue.
over and see if I see any traps on the sarcophagus around the lock or anything like that.
Want me perception? Don't see anything.
I will help them around the sarcophagus because I'm there and I'm interested in it as well.
Don't notice any traps.
All right. I will go ahead and try and open it with the.
These tools. You
Nice.
break your thieves tools that you use to unlock the thing, but you're unsuccessful, obviously.
Shit. With a plus 11, god damn it.
I ain't gonna say you broke it, but you are unsuccessful. I feel like if you fail it by more than 10, then you break them. Not enough.
I don't believe I can get this open. I may need some just straight muscle for this. Unless anyone has another way of opening it.
I mean, I can give it a try.
I'm going to unlock y'all while y'all are in this room. Just so I ain't got to keep okaying y'all's movement around. Okay, what are you trying to do, Jack?
I mean, I took the brawny feat. Look at.
And about this time, Venderella, your detect magic does pop off. And
The door's magical.
you detect an aura of divination magic around the disc. And also some magic on the lid of the sarcophagus, which you pretty much, I'm not even going to tell you the school on that. You're just pretty much sure that it's a lock spell. It's magically locked.
I'll just relay all the information.
I'm not really familiar with divination. What does that what does that mean? And I'll look over towards Elamar.
You want me to do an Arcana check?
You should like maybe personally know things about the school of magic.
I mean, me myself personally, I know, but
No, I mean
Storm doesn't.
Alamar. Like he might just like passively know like how most types of magic work with those classes. But I don't know his backstory, so shoulder shrug.
It's up to him if he wants me to roll it or not.
Okay, what are you trying to decipher?
I asked him what divination magic was. He wants to know if he needs to roll to know that, or if his character would know it.
I think his character would know.
That's what I'm trying to figure out for myself.
Alright, so Brawny only applies the carrying capacity, so what roll do I need to make to try and lift the lid of the sarcophagus?
Athletics.
Will try.
I tell Storm that divination is kind of like my detect magic. It's used mainly to gather information.
Okay, 13.
So, does that mean there's somebody watching us?
Possibly.
You attempt to lift the sarcophagus lid and you fail. It doesn't even budge.
Yes, the lid seems to have some kind of spell on it as well. I don't think we'll be able to
Did anyone hear that?
unlock it through normal means.
I remember seeing those eyes moving back and forth between the bears over there. So maybe that's what they're talking about, watching us.
Storm goes,
Aka should be able to see it. You and Storm should be able to see what's going on.
and yet Storm will go up and stab one of the eyes with his rapier.
Okay. Okay. Roll. Actually, hold on. Okay, take your pick.
Oh shit! You said nothing was on these whites.
They had long swords, that armor on, and they had those masks, which I described, the papier mache and feather masks.
That's
Is it pretty?
Oh yeah, they're pretty.
I'm gonna put it on.
the bear. That's to stab the eye on the thing or whatever.
Yeah, the bear statues. That's the.
No, no, not the bear statues. The eyes on the. You said that the eyes on the
The
disc,
ring.
the ring were moving, right?
Yes, but
That's what I'm stabbing. Not the bears, the ring. If I gotta attack the bears, but I just want to make sure I'm not stabbing the bear statue. I'm stabbing one of the moving eyes on the brass ring, because that was my understanding that the eyes on the brass ring were moving. If it's the eyes on the bear statue, I am not stabbing that.
okay. So you stab one of the eyes, it does nothing.
All right.
And what are you doing, Akka?
Jack, how does this mask look? Do I look better?
Do you really want my opinion?
Well, do you want me to open this sarcophagus for you? Because you're not lifting shit with those scrawny arms.
I wouldn't consider myself scrawny, but you're really tempting my shitheadery here.
Watch. Oh. Attempt to lift the sarcophagus lid.
Okay, give me an athletics check.
I do not help him.
I'm just gonna stare him dead in the eyes.
That's so funny. And you slide the lid of the sarcophagus off successfully.
No way.
I
Didn't
love
he
it.
give me help?
I love it that it's the same role that Jack had.
You're fucking with me right now.
I am not fucking with you.
Huh.
Oh my god.
Wait, what? I'm so confused.
I mean, the only thing that I can think of is... I mean, this... I look better than Jack. It's obviously based on looks.
Oh.
And as you slide that lid off and you look into the sarcophagus, that's what we're going to call it. Till next week.
That's clever if it's what I think it is.
I'll tell Vendor the answer in his mind.
I think I could assume what did it.
It is the mask that
Yeah.
created the ability to. He actually just did meet DC though with the mask on. If he'd rolled one lower, he wouldn't have been able to move it. I mean, he might have been
That's
able to
clever.
tell that it can move though at least. But the only other way he was going to get it was a knock spell, or I mean,
Yeah, you did point out their weird masks.
Yeah.
I pointed them out a couple times.
Didn't even need any help. Haha.
But Storm could have got it had he rolled high enough. But even with his bonus and that one,
Or if we just had a knock spell.
yeah. But
I can't get that.
I was wanting to end it with the lid being opened.
Yep.
Well, I achieved my goal by belittling Jack in that situation.
That was awesome, man.
That was so funny.
I love it that you actually rolled the same roll he had, because that blew his mind.
Oh my goodness.
Good times, good times.
Now, next we get to find out we just released a boss fight, and that's it. Nothing magical.
yeah.
It's the shadow demon you saw earlier.
Yeah.
I've already seen inside, I'm telling you.
All right, so anybody got anything you want to say before we take off? I
No.
guess Akka is streaming. I am
just
not.
keeping it for your games. But I'll do my stuff off on
Well,
Discord.
It was fun.
Gotcha.
I'm very glad to be back, guys.
Glad to have you back.
Hell yeah.
Definitely
Glad
glad
to
to
have you.
hear your voice.
Yes, Ian, glad you're doing better and glad to see you. Yeah, playing again.
Yeah, we attempted to hunt you down, but we were unsuccessful.
Yeah, I got to get your Facebook or something.
So no problem.
But y'all have a good night. It sounds like it might get into a little bit more. It was like banter talk, but thank you all for tuning in and see you next time.